And welcome everyone to Waypoint OpenSpace's first user conference. We are thrilled to provide a forum for this community of builders, people that want to improve the way that we design and construct and maintain all the spaces where we work, live, and play. I want to visualize this for you with a quick visual slide. And what we'll see there is that yes, we are a computer vision company, but we exist for the express purpose of helping you design, build, and construct all the buildings that we exist in today. And this community is why we're here. And we hope that Waypoint is an opportunity for you all to learn from each other, really. And so we want to cover a few things, as Valerie mentioned. One, we've got a lot of cool new product announcements that we want to share with you. We want you guys to talk with each other too by both the networking events and some of the events we have planned, where you'll learn how to best use OpenSpace to improve your job sites and communicate its value to others. And then last, hear from leaders. That will give you a sense of where the technology is going broadly in our space and how to plan for it and leverage it. And I also want to communicate how much we've grown as a community. You know, when we first started, that was a few years ago, but as of today, OpenSpace is used in 70 countries on all 7 continents. Yes, we have a project in Antarctica, and we also have collected, well, you have collected 330 million images across the platform. And the way I like to think about this is just how many projects that we've all captured as a community. In terms of square footage, that is now at 6 billion square feet and growing really fast. So for folks that don't really understand square footage, maybe outside our community, that's about 2,000 Empire State Buildings stacked end to end. It's growing a lot. So we share that just to give you guys a sense of all the value that you're all creating with these types of technologies. So without further ado, I would love to introduce Jessica Stewart to talk about one of our really exciting new features we want to add to the platform called 3D scans. Before we do that, we'll watch a quick video on what 3D scans look like.
Hi, my name is Jessica, and I am a product manager, and today I'm going to talk to you about 3D scans. So what are 3D scans? 3D scans are the fastest way to get a measurable 3-dimensional scan in the industry. To take a 3D scan, all you need is an iPhone or an iPad with a LiDAR sensor. And this means that you no longer need a 360 camera to use OpenSpace. So that means anyone on the construction project can take 3-dimensional scans with just the phone in their pocket, and your data is that much richer. To take a 3D scan, you just take your phone and move it in a slow paintbrush-like motion. It's very fast and easy to do, and when you're done with your scan, it's sent to our servers for processing, and processing takes place in a matter of minutes. And once that scan is ready for viewing, you have sub 2-inch measurement accuracy. And this is something that our engineering team is working on constantly to get that even more accurate. So we've heard some feedback from our beta customers about why they want to use 3D scans. It all comes down to safety, time, and budget. For safety, I was speaking with a customer from Balfour Beatty who was a superintendent in his previous role, and one of his jobs was to document the deck, especially congested areas, before doing a concrete pour. And this is important because later when they would install things and they were coring into that concrete, they had to be careful, as you know, not to hit important objects like PT cables or electrical boxes, and having measurements would help with that. Another area that we've heard from our customers during the beta is just time. So another customer was working on a project where they experienced a multiple-week delay because of a coordination issue. There was a coordination issue with the sprinkler system and a delay with the MEP contractors because this was a project where they did not have a BIM model and there was no clash detection run ahead of time. So eventually the design team had to come out in person to resolve the issue, and it just added weeks to the schedule. And another thing that I was surprised to learn was just how subjective in-person measurements with a tape measure are. If you've ever sent someone to measure a door frame, and then the first person measures from inside of the door frame, and then the next person measures from outside of the door frame, then you're trying to coordinate around two different measurements. You might have encountered this before. And finally, that brings us to the budget. Schedule overruns are ultimately budget overruns. So having one measurable three-dimensional scan in the context of your floor plans and with your other site documentation makes managing the schedule and coordinating much easier, which makes it easier to manage the budget. But you don't have to take our word for it. We've actually uploaded a couple scans to get you started at our 3D scan gallery. And since not everyone has had a chance to use 3D scans, we really wanted to show you just how clear and crisp the image quality is. And when you have 3D scans enabled on your project, you're going to be able to do a lot more things, such as snap measurements. But this is a good place to get started. So if any of those stories that I told earlier made you kind of clench your teeth, you're in luck. We've enrolled everyone who's registered for Waypoint into our 3D scan beta. And this is super exciting because this beta has a long wait list. A lot of people want to use it. So check your email inbox, and you should get an invite within 24 hours. Let us know what you think. And now I'm going to talk about something else that's coming soon and that we're working on our product team, and that's admin reporting. As OpenSpace gets used more and more across an organization, it becomes super important as it's becoming stickier for our customers to be able to know who's using OpenSpace and why. And that's what's driving admin reporting. It's a dashboard that lets you generate reports on everything that's happening in your OpenSpace instance. And it's actually the second in our suite of tools to make securing and managing your OpenSpace instance even easier. My colleague Richard is going to talk about the user management tool in a little bit. What we've found for our most successful customers is that most of them have a standard operating procedure where they're dictating how often the projects are capturing with OpenSpace, and admin reporting lets you enforce that SOP. And now I'm going to hand things over to my colleague Richard, who's going to talk about some other exciting things we have coming.
Thanks, Jessica. And I have to say, those 3D scans really are cool stuff. I've had a chance to play with those a little bit. I'm very excited that now all of you will get that chance as well. And we'll have to come back to this prop in a little bit, but had a little bit of a stumble there. I think the camera's okay. So I'm Richard Acton-Mayer. I'm a new member of the product team. I've been here for a few months, and I've got a few more things to talk to you about that's coming for our core product, starting with one more product announcement, our PlanGrid integration. I know many of you have been waiting for this for quite some time, and so we're very excited to finally be able to announce that by the end of this year, we will finally launch our PlanGrid integration. And with this integration, you'll be able to push field notes from OpenSpace directly into tasks and RFIs in PlanGrid to keep all of your project management content centralized in one place. I like to think of OpenSpace as the best set of eyes and ears you can have on a project. And this way, OpenSpace can continue to be that great set of eyes and ears. And PlanGrid is where all of your task tracking and workflows can be centralized. So we're very excited to launch that integration and make some continued improvements in our other integrations with Procore and BIM 360. In 2021, we did a ton of great things to make the world's best reality capture app even better. And we couldn't be the best reality capture app without integrating with the best 360-degree camera out there in the market, which is the Ricoh Theta Z1, which happens to be behind me on the floor right here. The Ricoh Theta Z1 has a sensor that's 3 times larger than most other cameras in the market. And what that gives you is the #1 thing you want in good reality capture, and that's better image quality. As you can see in these pictures, our customers are already using the Z1 to get better image quality, especially in low light situations, which we know is especially problematic. So we're excited for all of you to get to try that camera. And word is, if you stick around quite long enough today, you might get a chance to try one of these cameras a little bit sooner than you thought. In addition, we made a ton of great improvements to field notes. Field notes are now much more collaborative with the addition of comments and due dates. Comments let you centralize that paper trail all in one place on your field notes. No more jumping around from text messages and emails and phone calls and in-person conversations to figure out who said what. Now the entire paper trail around that issue is centralized on that field note for all to see and for you to verify to make sure the information is correct. In addition, due dates makes it easier to make sure everyone knows exactly when that item must be completed. No more he said, she said, you said. There's one date and everyone knows what that date is that it must be done by. Field notes are also a lot more rich in content. Now with both markups and attachments, you can add a lot more detail to those field notes. I know pictures are said to be worth 1,000 words, but sometimes you need just a little bit extra detail to put on that picture, and now you can with markups. You can draw directly on the picture itself to call out exactly what needs to be done, how it needs to be done, or add any more details that you need to make sure that the message is crystal clear and the job gets done right. In addition, use attachments to add more details to the field note, such as schematics, additional drawings, or other details that might be useful to whoever might need that detail when the task is to be completed. For example, some of our customers are using this to post user manuals for installed hardware so that further down the line, operations and maintenance teams will have it at their disposal. And in 2021, as Jessica mentioned earlier, we made user management much, much easier. We know when you're first getting a project off the ground, getting it started, time is of the essence. And now, even projects with hundreds of users can be started in just one click with our CSV import. Add the CSV, select the permissions and project they need to be added to, and you're off to the races. And we also know that sometimes when you need to remove a user from a project, time is also of the essence. So now you can remove a user from a project in just one click without even knowing which projects they might be assigned to. And finally, in 2021, we launched OpenSpace Basic. That's the reality capture app you know and love with all the great features you appreciate, like passive video capture, except now it's self-serve, it's free, and it's limited to only 3 captures per week. This is a great way to start using OpenSpace on projects that are smaller, or for your friends or colleagues to potentially start using OpenSpace if they haven't had quite the chance to talk to us yet. All you have to do is go to openspace.ai to get started. And next up, we have Jess Lamb to talk to us about ClearSight. We'll kick it off with a product demo video that shows how customers are using ClearSight right now to automatically quantify their progress tracking and save their team tons of time. Let's roll the video.
With ClearSight progress tracking, you can automatically track the major milestones that sit on the critical path of your project. When you jump into the overview table, you can start off by checking the status and progress of all the conditions you're tracking in the top row, and then as you go down, see what the progress is, percent complete, for each one of these conditions on a given floor. And when you see a floor that you're wanting to close out soon, you can simply jump into the detail view to see the status of each of the materials that you're tracking across your entire floor plan. Here we're tracking the installation of walls. Over on the right, you can see that we track top track, framing, drywall hung, and drywall taped, including top outs. And when your team comes back through and completes the partition, we'll update your quantities and percent complete automatically. If you want to understand exactly what's going on in a given area, you can simply click on the wall segment or other annotation type and jump into that room and get a quick visual confirmation on the status of work. You can also use the sheet view to plan your job flow, so you can see which trades are working in which areas of the floor and how far along they've gone, so that you can plan which trades should follow along into that region or zone. And when you get closer to 100%, you can use our Show Not Started tool to help you figure out what work's been left out so that you can get to 100% complete faster. This will save a ton of time walking the site and trying to figure out where and when you have work left to do. In addition to being able to view the images by clicking on the wall segments, you can use our Dollhouse viewer to instantly get a visual confirmation of all of the areas of your floor that you're tracking. This is also very valuable when providing progress updates to your clients. Not only do we track the installation of walls today, we also track ceilings, electrical receptacles, and mechanical ductwork, grills, registers, and diffusers, meaning that we're covering a major scope of the interior work of your project. And we have many more trackers coming out in the next few months. Once you've confirmed the work in place and the work that you're planning to do, and you're ready to start reviewing your monthly requisitions, you can jump into the progress chart to understand how much work was done in the last 30 days. So here you can use the date picker to zero in on an area or a month for which you're wanting to pay your trades. In the top chart, we indicate how much material was installed from your most recent capture. And in the bottom chart, you can see what percent was achieved for each given floor. On the right, you can see all of your progress stats rolled up into a nice summary card with percent complete, quantity installed compared to the total quantity takeoff, the detected start date for that tracker, the estimated completion date, and the average installation rate. And if you want to pull all this data into a custom dashboard, simply export the CSV and get to work. With ClearSight progress tracking, you can manage your schedule, better resource plan, and get to 100% complete.
Hello, Waypoint. My name is Jess Lamb. I'm the Director of Product here at OpenSpace. I hope you enjoyed that riveting live demo of our product, that soothing voiceover by yours truly. Today I'm excited to tell you the story of ClearSight's growth since we launched, give you an update on what we've been working on and what we've been building, and share some of our plans for the next year. To start, I'd like to just do a quick recap of how it actually works. It's incredibly fast and simple. All you need to do is provide us with your 100% CD or anything beyond 100%. And we use the same walks and videos your teams are already doing today and process that with our vision engine to give you automated, quantities and percent complete. It's as easy as that, making ClearSight the fastest, most scalable automated tracking solution on the market. At the beginning of the conference, Jeevan gave you an update on the growth of OpenSpace, the core product. Now I'd like to tell you the story of the growth of ClearSight in our first 6 months. OpenSpace, the core product, has been deployed in over 70 countries and captured over 6 billion square feet of projects. ClearSight, in our first 6 months, has already been deployed in 8 countries and is live on 60 active projects. In fact, in our first 6 months with ClearSight, we've already tracked 50 million square feet of your projects. That's over 500,000 linear feet of framing, 25 million square feet of drywall, 250,000 linear feet of ductwork, and over 20,000 electrical receptacles. When we launched the beta around this time last year with RG Construction, Provident GC, and Suffolk, we had no idea it would take off this fast. This is where I'm supposed to pause for laughs, but since I can't hear you, I'm just imagining. Of course, we couldn't have achieved this rapid growth with ClearSight if it wasn't for our customers. We've been partnering with some of the most advanced teams in the AEC industry, making up a good portion of the ENR Top 100. We worked with these customers to build a product that can automatically calculate your quantities and percent complete so that you can stay on schedule or get ahead of schedule. You can more effectively plan your resources, and you can speed up the pay app approval process so you can keep everyone and the project running on time. We work closely with our customers, checking in with them frequently. And some of my favorite stories from the field include one of our customers whose self-perform team has told us that ClearSight's accuracy is within 1 to 2 percentage points of what they had estimated. Another customer who's working on a complex medical facility said that they finished 2 months ahead of schedule using ClearSight and OpenSpace. And just the other day, another customer told us that they were estimating to save over 1,000 man-hours using ClearSight to automate their tracking. It's customers like these that make it great to work at OpenSpace and build products that are really pushing what's possible in the construction and architectural and engineering industry. If you want to learn more about how our customers are using ClearSight today, join us in session number 2, where you can hear from Turner and how they've been using ClearSight and OpenSpace to save time and money. Now I'd just like to do a quick recap on what we've built so far. When we launched ClearSight last April, our goal was to provide end-to-end tracking of milestones that sit on the critical path of your projects. Today, that goal is within reach. We first started with framing, drywall, and ceilings last April. This summer, we launched automated tracking for ductwork, grills, and electrical receptacles. 3 weeks ago, we started the beta for concrete tracking for slabs, walls, footings, and columns. And just last week, we started development on our door tracker, so the first set of our finishes trackers. Now we have tracking from ground break and tracking soon at closeout and turnover. But we're not done yet. In the next few months, we'll be launching tracking for overhead MEP and fire protection, masonry, and flooring. In addition to those trackers, we're also working around the clock to reduce our turnaround times to ensure that ClearSight continues to be the fastest automated tracking solution in the market. Because as you probably know, progress data is only as valuable if you can get it within a day or sooner, so that you can make almost real-time decisions to impact your schedule, resource planning, and pay app approval process. Looking ahead further into 2022, we'll be continuing to add more trackers with enclosures, demolition, and going deeper with walls. We'll be adding tracking for soffits, multi-layer drywall, and shaft walls, just to name a few. And we're not only focused on new trackers, we're also looking at ways to incorporate more of the data you already have into ClearSight and joining that with progress data. The first of which is going to be incorporating your schedule dates so that you can quickly identify how far ahead or behind your teams are falling on the project. That way we can democratize the schedule data for your project teams so they can make better decisions faster. And one more thing. I'm excited to introduce and announce our Track to the Future promotion. From now until the end of November, when you buy one tracker, like walls or ductwork, you get a second tracker for free. And if you buy all of our current trackers, including concrete, and future trackers, door tracking, flooring, then you'll receive an iPad Pro for free. That means that your team can start taking those fancy 3D scans that Jessica introduced us to at the beginning of the conference. If you want to learn more about automatically tracking your projects, contact your OpenSpace account manager or email us at info@openspace.ai. And if you want to learn more about ClearSight or any of the products we've talked about today, join us in one of our follow-up sessions later this afternoon, where myself and the rest of the product team and our designers are going to be in attendance to field your questions and talk product. Now I'd like to introduce Nikia Chrysostomo to tell you some exciting news about the OpenSpace community.
Now, to close out our first session here and our OpenSpace announcements, I am Nikia Chrysostomo, and I am the community manager here at OpenSpace. I am here to introduce you all to our OpenSpace community. So, we at OpenSpace, we know you all are the innovators in the field. You are the ones taking our product, our technology, and using it in the most unique and innovative ways to really make a difference on your job sites and on your projects. You are all out there in the trenches really creating this impact. So this inspired us to build a community around you, for you. What this means is, when you join OpenSpace, you are not just getting access to our product, our technology, all the great features and offerings that our product team just went through, which is amazing in itself, but you are also gaining access to this broader community of individuals who are in the front lines shaping the future of the construction industry. This past year, it has been one of our top priorities to really build this open space community for you and by you. So we have been working hard, partnered with our open space community members to build an environment that is specifically focused on your success with a vision centered on building you up, supporting you, lifting you up, while also innovating and pushing the construction industry forward. So, in order to fill out this vision, we have centered it on 3 main anchors: walk your path, connect your path, and together forge the path for the future of construction. So first, walk your path. We want to be able to offer you the space and resources for you to grow and gain recognition in your careers and your own personal and professional journeys. Second, connect your path. This is all about networking. We want to be able to connect you all to each other, other like-minded individuals outside of your own projects, outside of your own organizations, and really build this massive network of thought leaders and change makers in the industry. And finally, forge the path. We want to be able to take this network and bring it back to OpenSpace, work with you all, collaborate with you, so we can bring the industry to the next level. So in order to deliver this vision, we built the OpenSpace community around 3 main pillars: connect, learn, and innovate. So first, connect. We have lots of ways for you all to meet each other, really build relationships and community with each other. You can very easily get connected to someone on the other side of the world. That's what OpenSpace Community is able to open up for you. Second, learn. We have lots of resources for you to learn, not only about OpenSpace, but about the industry in general. So we have lots of Q&A and discussion forums where you can share tips and tricks, use cases, answer and ask each other questions and continue to learn from each other. Finally, we have Innovate. In addition to being able to just discuss different industry innovation ideas, we have a dedicated product ideas group in our OpenSpace community. In this product ideas group, you can submit your own product ideas and feature requests, and our product team manages that directly. So you have direct access to them. They can engage in conversation with you to fully develop your ideas and potentially include it in our roadmap. So, I'm the community manager and I'm trying to pitch OpenSpace Community 2. That's my job, but you don't have to take it just from me. This OpenSpace community was built by our users, and I would love it if you would learn more about it directly from our users. So in this next video, we have Cameron Wall, Senior Technology Specialist at Balfour Beatty and one of our founding OpenSpace community members, speaking about his experience so far in our OpenSpace community.
Yeah, my name is Cameron Wall. I am a Senior Technology Specialist here at Balfour Beatty in Dallas, Texas. And I help support teams with their technology needs, such as drones, laser scanning, 360 cameras, and OpenSpace, and just about anything random new that we find. And I just enjoy learning about new technologies, always looking to see what's out there, what's new, and how we can, help improve our teams, build better. So we heard about OpenSpace during the middle of the pandemic. My boss had heard about it, so we set up a demo and we checked it out. And right after the demo, we both decided that it was something that we wanted to test out and see if it was too good to be true. So we got it set up on a project or two, and we, taught our teams, how to use it, bought some cameras, and it kind of took off. So I originally got started with the OpenSpace community back when it was still being like a pilot idea as one of the first OpenSpace Pathfinders that just highlights, a few different people once a month about how, they're using OpenSpace and how they got into, technology. And then once I got an invite about OpenSpace community and heard what it was about, I really wanted to help out. So the OpenSpace community lets their users connect in multiple different ways. If it's asking questions, giving feedback, answering questions, you can message on there. It's also nice, you can go to somebody's profile and get to learn a little bit about them. You can put a little blurb about yourself, like I'm a sneakers guy, so I put that in there. But it's cool that you can connect with people, from around the world. I was messaging or talking to somebody on there earlier today from Canada, so that was cool. And it's not just large GCs, it's small GCs, trade partners. So it's pretty cool to be able to, build your network that way in one common space rather than on LinkedIn where you have to randomly search or find them. So OpenSpace community is awesome because you can also learn, which that's one of the biggest tools in my opinion. Somebody that uses OpenSpace all the time, you might think that you know everything or, have the best ideas, but going on there and just reading some of the posts, you can learn a lot. I know that I've learned a thing or two, even on just simple things where I read it and I thought, wow, that was really simple, but super helpful. I can't believe that I didn't think of that. One of my favorite things about the OpenSpace community is it gives you a chance to be innovative and help OpenSpace innovate. Between the discussion forums and the boards and product idea groups, some people might not be as comfortable, talking to their customer support person about ideas, but this gives them a spot to really, pitch their ideas or, bounce ideas off of each other of ways that they can help, be innovative within their company, but also other people and OpenSpace. If OpenSpace doesn't know about your ideas and what your thoughts are of where the product should go, then there's no way for them to be able to create that. So being able to have a voice or a place to voice your thoughts and ideas is, to me, one of the coolest things. It's nice, having OpenSpace being so open to communication and everything. We really see them as an innovation partner to help us build better and, do something that we are already doing a little bit more efficient.
Thank you, Cameron. So Cameron will be joining us live after this session. If you look right now at your screen, on the left-hand side, the navigation, there will be an icon that's called OpenSpace Community. If you click on that, that will lead you to the OpenSpace Community booth. And right after this session, I will be in there the whole time, the rest of the event. Cameron will be in there for an hour after this presentation. We will be there live if you have any follow-up questions or you want to learn more about the OpenSpace community, or at least just stop by, say hi, and meet us. We will be there. And if you want to learn more about the OpenSpace community in general, we will also have links on there to get you to register and explore the community on your own if you don't want to just be on video and meet us. Now, to close out this session, first major opportunity for you to win big. If you register for the OpenSpace community and be part of it before the end of Waypoint, you will be entered into a raffle to win an iPad Pro. So at the end of the event, we will go through all the officially registered OpenSpace community members and pick one winner. So we will announce that winner at the very end of the event. No chance to really wait. Go and register now. The URL is on the slide that you see here, but also our chat moderators will drop it in the event chat, stage chat also, and pin it there in case you want to refer to it later on. So this is our first big giveaway, and there's more. So I would like to invite Val back on stage to help me with those other giveaways.
Yeah, great, Nakia, thanks. Throughout the conference, we'd be like, you get an iPad Pro, and you get an iPad Pro, and you get all kinds of other things. So stick around, make sure you don't go anywhere. So exciting. I think we are ready to give away our first couple of prizes. Let's see, we are randomly drawing live attendees. Drum roll. So from our live attendee pool, here we go. We've got an iPad Pro and a Ricoh Zeta Z1 tongue twister. So
should I go first?
Start with the iPad Pro, yeah.
The winner of the iPad Pro, and sorry if I mispronounced the name, but I will try, Allison Yanites, or Yanitz. We will contact you directly after this too to coordinate the delivery.
Woo! All right on, Allison. Congratulations on your iPad Pro, great. All right, so winner of the Ricoh camera, drum roll once more. All right, love it. Okay, I will do my best in pronunciation. Ji Rui Fu, F-O-O. Congratulations on your camera, exceptional capture quality. All right, great. So it's our round of giveaways for this portion, but remember we're going to be doing this throughout the conference, so stick around. You have to be present to win. And just a few more housekeeping tips before we move on. Remember to join the networking, one-on-one networking from the networking icon on the left of your screen. You can also talk with our product team in the sessions icon. When you go in there, there's live Q&A, so you can ask them questions about all the exciting things that they just presented. So cool to see how far our products have come. You can also join, as Nakia mentioned before, the community section by clicking on community, and we will have Cameron Wall there live, as Nakia mentioned, as well as Nakia throughout the rest of the event. And don't forget to visit the event chat as well if you have any other questions. And we will launch into the next session after this quick break. The second main session, we'll be hearing from our OpenSpace champions who are using OpenSpace in innovative ways for digital transformation across their companies. So stick around, don't miss hearing from those folks. It's going to be a good session. See you soon.
Thank you.